Hello, Raleigh. Once again, 'tis I, Robert Courts. And while I'm not a doctor, my ego assures me I could have been one if I'd only wanted to. Fortunately, we're here today with Dr. Sisan Lovelle. Dr. Lovelle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're delighted, I'm sure. So let me get this straight, Dr.
Yes.
Lovelle. You're a doctor?
I am a doctor.
An MD doctor?
An MD doctor.
And you've practiced medicine and the whole lot?
The whole thing. 23 years now.
Nice.
23.
Does that look infected to you?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, great. So thank you for joining us today for Your Backyard Edition. I am delighted, really, all kidding aside, to have you sit down with us today. And not only have you been a doctor and in practice, but a plastic surgeon.
Yes.
And now you are refocusing your career in a very special way. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. So I started out as a plastic surgeon 22 years ago. Loved the field. It was something where I could literally change people's lives. And what I realized, though, over the years was that I was changing them from the outside in. You know, I was really good at it. I did I did a lot of mommy makeovers, so, you know, breast surgery, abdomens. But what I realized was that I was, as I mentioned, just changing from the outside in. Then I had my own medical issues, and the way that I got better was through what we call functional medicine. What functional medicine is, you actually look at the root cause of what's going on with someone. So not just saying, oh, this is a diabetic, let's give them a pill.
Right.
Or they have high blood pressure, let's give them a pill. It's finding out why they are a diabetic, why they have these issues, and then going and healing that root cause.
It seems to me that's the way it was before there's all this technology.
Yes.
You know, you actually sat down with your doctor and you got the time and all the skill set to diagnose and treat the whole problem.
Exactly. So, you know, when we first started, when we learned medicine, what we learned was to sit down, have a history, look at what was going on with the person, and then figure out that whole thing. It used to take about an hour.
Right.
But with insurance, the way things have changed, exactly.
Another topic.
Exactly, for a whole nother day.
Yes.
What's happened with insurance is that hour has gotten shrunk down to 7 minutes. That's now the national average for a visit with your physician. What can someone really do in 7 minutes?
Read a chart.
Read a chart, not even read the chart.
Right.
You skim, and then you see the top problem, and then you give something to fix that problem.
Right. And run away.
Yeah. Because we don't have the time, didn't have the time. So I loved what I did in plastics. I did it for, as I mentioned, 22 years. But then when I changed, I realized that I wanted to spend time with people again. I wanted to get to know their stories. I wanted to know what they did, what their lives were, where they wanted to go, and then come up with a plan to co-create their new health.
Wow, that would be awesome.
It's awesome. It is awesome. I love it.
What's the name of your practice?
It's called Premier Wellness.
And where's your focus?
My focus, I started with a focus mainly with women who were busy entrepreneurs, busy leaders, kind of like myself, you know, the ones who burn themselves out on caffeine and willpower, that sort of thing. But then I realized, after actually speaking with you recently, that the reason I started with the women is because they're the ones who actually make the health within their families.
Right.
So if we start with the women, it's going to ripple out to their families, their spouses, their significant others, their children, and then it goes out into the community.
Right.
And so now I am completely open, as we had mentioned, to both men and women.
Right.
And my focus is
and the
really
whole
there.
family.
And the whole family.
So are there target things that you see a lot of your clients need to focus on?
Oh, absolutely. So with women, as I mentioned, biggest things I hear, energy. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm tired. That sort of thing. Weight. You know, when we are trying to be taller than me. There we go. When we're, when we're stressing ourselves, and stress is another big thing. When we're stressing ourselves, we tend to hold on to weight because of all the hormones. So women, weight, hormones, energy. These are the things that I work with the most.
I could use help on those too, I think. So
most
certainly
people
I can see the trickle down.
Most people can.
Before we go, is there anything you would like us to know, or how do we get in touch with you and your practice?
Okay, so to reach out to us, it would be Premier Wellness, and our phone number is 919-925-5910. We do seminars now.
Oh, great. Do you have one scheduled?
We have one scheduled on May 24th, and they'll be maybe once or twice a month. And really what it is, I want to educate people on the fact that they can change their own lives, that you don't have to accept whatever's going on in your life as far as your health is concerned.
That's great.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you.
Raleigh, Dr. Lovelle, all this and more is right here. Where? In your backyard.
Thank you.